Hello, welcome back to Tea and Toasties. I'm one of your hosts, Sabrina, and today it's just me, at least for a little bit. Rich is MIA, as you guys know, on an undisclosed location. And this week, I'm doing something a little different, a little spicy, maybe. I had the idea to have sort of a guest circuit, as you could say, of many different guests compiled into one mass multiverse of people in my life episode. The first guest up, potentially the only guest, we'll see how the week goes, is the one and only my best friend in the whole world. Santina is here.
Hey guys.
What?
What's up?
She's here. Guys, this is a treat.
That intro voice is you've got that down.
Thank you. Thanks.
That was professional as fuck.
Thank you. Before we started, I said, okay, you can't laugh at my podcast intro voice. I have to do it.
No, and I understand because I was just telling her before we started, I took a radio class in college. That's right. And so I already have had to sit there and make commercials with my own voice and edit all of that and hear it coming back. And so I feel like I'm probably better prepared than the, man on the street, the normal guy.
Literally Rich's fear of being replaced. Hey, buddy, watch out. I already have a seasoned pro in the studio today.
Won my group project contest and
Amazing.
Everything. I was on the radio in Silva, North Carolina for a year.
The big city. We also have another guest in the studio. Snoop Dogg.
Doggy Dog. His 19 crimes.
That's right. Santina brought Snoop Dogg wine today for the recording.
Yeah. He has a whole line of wine. He has a rosé. He has a white. He has a red. And I've never looked for the bubbly version, but there it was staring at me.
It's amazing.
On the shelf.
It's really yummy, honestly.
It's delicious.
It's really
He's honestly perfect. I remember I got the rosé a couple of years ago because I was like, this is funny and cheap. It was literally $14 for a bottle of wine. And I drank the entire thing by myself. And the next day I didn't have a hangover. So I was like, oh, he's really good at how he delves the sugar out, I guess, with these wine bottles.
Yeah.
Because it's the sugar.
It is.
That get you.
Spoken like some true near 30-year-olds. It's the sugar that'll get you, guys.
I'll burp off mic, so don't worry about it.
Thank God. And those won't be staying in.
No. I'm not going to lie. I have gotten into some ASMR videos
Love
before.
ASMR.
Love ASMR, but it's very specific sounds. And when they start fucking putting their mouth up to the mic and making those noises, I want to die.
Want to die.
I
Some of them I can
want to die.
Mukbangs.
No.
Everyone's like mukbang. I'm like mukbang my head.
Mukbang, disgusting.
Really disgusting. I hate it.
No, I like hearing people clack on their keyboards.
Click clack.
Especially the really clicky ones.
A little nail moment. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, tapping on some little wood pieces or something.
Tapping. Love a tap.
Me too.
Me and Rich toyed around with the idea of doing a ASMR side channel. Kind of elusive. No one really knows it's us, but because we're we got the equipment.
They make money.
Exactly.
They make crazy money.
We both enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what if and you can just do it on your phone, film. You don't have to show your face. You can just do your little hands showing that.
Exactly.
And I was like, we could go crazy with the ASMR. And we were like, we should do it as a side hustle and just post it and just see what happens.
But you know what some of the highest paid people on YouTube do?
What?
Just play with toys.
Oh,
there's videos, grown men.
Oh, no.
I've seen videos where they're not showing their faces, but it's you can tell, and you can hear people talking in another language in the background. You can tell there are just grown men in other countries who have just hacked the system and figured it out, where they're just they have a pile of dirt and they have little fucking tow trucks and little things, and they're just playing with the cars, and kids eat that up
it's kid ASMR
candy. It's literally. Well, and they make so much money.
It's the Ryan's Toy Reviews, that kid, and his parents are still making him do it, and he's 16.
Oh no, I know.
They're let this boy retire.
Yes, no, let. And unless he's fulfilled.
If he's happy, but no,
artistically.
Someone said he's this is my passion, my dream to play with toys. But someone had said a dark, sad thing about it once, where it was kids who watch that content. It's hey, buddy, you can just play with the toys,
you can
right?
just play with the toy. Do you have any friends?
Why are you watching a kid play a toy? Like, that's what the state of the world and the internet has come to. It's like, instead of kids playing with toys, they're just watching other kids play with toys.
iPad babies. That is the true pandemic.
We could have a whole ep on just that alone. Those iPad babies. My God. And it's proven to be absolutely horrible for the brain.
Oh, for sure.
Rotting.
You're turning to mush.
Oh, God.
Like melting.
You thought SpongeBob was bad when we were growing up. Okay, no way.
I'm not gonna lie. I think about SpongeBob at least once a day, twice a day. Something that happened in that show.
But it's not hindering
Who
my
knows?
life.
I mean, who knows? Maybe our IQ's lowered.
No, I think it
But
made
I
us.
don't think so.
Made us funnier. We owe it all to Bob.
Hell to Bob.
I think
the sponge.
So. We just made a joke today in a group chat we have. I just made a SpongeBob reference today, literally. Well, guys, we're here. Tina's all the way in the boonies to see me in my studio.
Love it here.
And I don't know, we didn't really have super much of a plan today. We just thought we'd shoot the shit a little bit.
I also just thought that even if we did make a plan, it wouldn't matter.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Because when, get us 2 gin and tonics in at the bar, we talk about 80 different things in the span of 30 minutes.
You can't stop us.
And we also, 2 drinks in at the bar, anyone that has ears that will listen to us, we like to talk about our lore.
Exactly.
And how we met. And how we got to where we are today.
How we got to where we are. I feel like I'm preaching. We're preaching. But no, for real. We have a friend who says we're evil together.
We are evil together. I've also always felt that.
Yeah.
But evil in the best way.
Evil in the best way, yeah. Like a little, we're plotting, we're scheming. Something's going on. The energy has changed.
Yeah. We were called the literal rats when we were in college. Yeah. And we had our little friend group.
We were scurrying around.
All 5'2". 5'3". So people started, to our demise, calling us the rats, and we learned that later on.
But we loved it, honestly. We took that
as a badge
of honor. I took the word out of my mouth. Yeah, we did, because after we were like, you know what, we kind of are. We do be like scurry around in a pack,
tiny little women.
Yes. Yep. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So I thought, because you guys on the pod, you've heard the name drop here and there. You've heard tiny bits of lore drop.
I also have. I listen.
That's right. So we thought we could get into it from each of our POVs and just get into it. I mean, I don't really know. This will go so many sidebars and that's what I'm looking forward to.
That's what we were trying to warn you about.
Yes, exactly.
This.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ooh! So I don't know who should start. I mean, I'm sure someone will jump in. I can't remember what I've said exactly about this. I read that fucked up letter on this pod once that I wrote when I was like 16. I read that to Santina off air, y'all.
That's a good starting point.
Yeah, before I did it on the pod, I read it to Santina and she was like, oh my God.
Very moved. So tears in my eyes.
Tears in my eyes. So I know I mentioned her in that episode, I think for sure. Yeah, basically, okay. We're in high school. Y'all know I did the cheerleading middle school. And so high school comes. I'm running with a crew. I don't really want to be running with.
She was popular.
She said it, not me. I didn't want to be, though. And I also didn't feel that I was and didn't know that I was.
You were a cool girl. And you had a cool older brother that
and
also gave you.
cool older boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
And and so I did have that. In hindsight, I can recognize. But in the moment, I felt like this weird little loser and insecure. And I just wanted to hide away type thing. And even after high school, people would come up to me and they're like, Sabrina. And I'm like, who are you? I don't know these people and I feel bad.
You're like my fans?
No, literally. I love my fans. So I just knew them, but whatever, all that stuff. But so we get to high school and I mean, I have a couple classes with Santina. And
very quiet. I was very quiet.
She was very quiet.
Didn't make a peep.
No peeps were made. I remember you were in that one hellish English class we had with that one teacher who, mind you guys, also me and Rich spoke about this a few episodes ago. Some teachers are wackadoos. And in that class, she was one of those weirdos. Mm-hmm. And I remember one time was like making jokes that I was like flirting with one of the other students. And I was like, first of all,
yes, I could name him right now, but probably not going to.
Yeah, redacted. Inappropriate for a teacher to be doing that, I think.
Freaking weird. I'm like, are you shipping them?
Literally.
Are you like fantasizing that they're
especially
together?
In front of the whole class? Like, you're also just humiliating me, like public shaming.
So embarrassing.
you have to know what you're doing. It's so weird.
Yeah.
And Santina was in that class. I remember. And
I was right next to you too. I remember we were in the same little pocket of that classroom.
And I don't remember, maybe you can help me with the timeline. Like we had that class before we met, like we had a theater class together,
it was
or was that
sophomore year.
after?
I think we had the theater class after because you were like, you're that quiet girl from my English class.
Yeah.
Literally.
And I was like, wait, she's actually like cool and funny.
Yeah. No, we got put into a little group in a theater thing, and I made one joke, mustered up all my strength.
Yeah.
Made one joke in that little group of people, and you were the one that laughed the hardest. And I was like, oh, fuck. Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. So I think there were little things happening that I was like, yeah. I like.
You were also low-key intimidating just because, we all know this, if you know Sabrina.
If you know.
RBF, she has resting bitch face, but it's cool. I don't think that's a diss, I think that's
Yeah. It's one of my like protection things.
Exactly. Don't fucking talk to me. Don't come
talk
near
to
me.
I don't want to be talked to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which you don't. So
and it worked.
It's a great
swimmingly.
Shield. Yeah, absolutely. Scared me.
Scared me. It worked for me. But yeah, I think I remember because also sure, you said I was popular, quote unquote.
Yeah, you ran with like a certain crew.
I also wasn't like loud and outspoken either. I was also pretty quiet. Like, sure, it was like flirting with the hot boy in my English class. No, but my teacher thought I was. Right.
You had your friends. You would talk to them.
But I wasn't like that loud, obnoxious vibe. Also, I was not a cheerleader.
I would never have talked to you if you were.
No, exactly. I didn't cheer in high school. Yeah. I only did in middle school, but those friends stuck around.
Yeah, same girls that cheered in middle school, they were cheering in high school.
Yeah, I just wasn't. Honestly, I think they were like, dang, she's cool for leaving.
No, literally, like the bad girl.
Damn, she left.
The bad girl.
She broke out. Yeah. And so there were some little things adding up that I was like, this girl's kind of cool, maybe. And then the pivotal moment. I mean, we can shout out by name. Our good friend, both of us, had this mutual friend named Jacob. He was in my English class.
Man.
We shared a lot of classes, both of us together with him.
Yeah, it took me under his wing, so to speak.
What a good boy. Such a good guy. And so we were at a pep rally. One of the only pep rallies I stayed for. I was usually
bad girl.
Ditching. Literally, that's what I'm saying. This is why I'm like, how was I popular? Because I was like, I hate school.
You're like, I was never there.
I was never there. I almost didn't graduate. But that just
added to your elusiveness.
I know. I can't catch her. I almost didn't graduate because of my absences. Like literally, straight up.
No, we were both making up absences after school.
Seriously.
At the end there.
Yeah. And so we're sitting at this pep rally. It's me, our friend Jacob in the middle, and then Santina on the other side. And he turns to me and he's like, hey. He's like, I think you'd be really good friends with my friend Santina. And I was like, Santina? I was like, the quiet girl from English? And I was like, huh. Like in my head, like wheels turning, like maybe. So simultaneously, he's turning to Santina saying the same thing. Like, hey, I think you'd be good friends with Sabrina.
And he had said, even before the pep rally started, he had said to me quietly, because he knew I didn't have many friends. I had just moved to that high school from a different area and went in completely blind, not knowing a single person going to that school. And he was like, I think you would be really good friends with this girl. Like, da-da-da-da. And I was like, her?
Oh.
Really? Oh? And so he turns to Sab, says his little thing, and turns to me and says it. And then we both, this was a larger man. He's so, he was a larger guy. And we both peeked our little heads
literally
around him.
Literally like comically.
And saw each other and went, whoop.
We're like, oh, we literally both peeked around and looked at each other.
Sat
like,
back and said,
so
okay.
Funny.
Okay.
But I think also because it's like, I think me and Jacob at the time had an English class together and, we clicked and I would tell him,
he was the best.
Things that I didn't tell other people, like my One Direction obsession.
Yes,
and
your One Direction Tumblr.
My One Direction Tumblr account. And then there was one day in that English class specifically where, I know y'all know the name Ed Sheeran now, but back then in 2012, he was friends with Harry
artist
from One Direction.
Very underground.
Very, listen, y'all, listen, very underground. And and also his first album, amazing.
So good. Always
so good. Way better than the he's putting out now, to be honest. Sorry, no hate.
Not a fan anymore, but loved that first album.
Yeah, back then I remember he was going on not even a tour. He was playing a show in Charlotte, a radio show, guys. And I was in class talking to Jacob, like I was trying to get my mom to like please drive me. You know, I'm like 16, so I can't go by myself. Can't buy the tickets. And I'm like, please, mom, please. And she doesn't know who this man is. And I'm like, I'm begging, like
you're like,
crying.
trust me.
Yeah, trust. Like, please let me go. And she kept saying no, no, no. You know, for valid reasons, can't do it. You know, all this stuff. And there was one day in class, the day of the show. English class was like my last period, I think. And I'm sitting there and it's like bing bong on the intercom. And it was like, hello, Miss So-and-so. Can you please, dismiss Sabrina from class to the front office? Her mom's here to pick her up. And me and Jacob just look at each other and we just know.
He knows.
He knows. I know. And he's like, bitch. And we start like Kiki, like freaking out. And then I get myself and he's like, have fun. And I was like, bye. Like I still
do you know something I don't?
I know. I had no idea still. Like obviously I was like, I hope, hoping. I think, but I still had no idea. I get to the office. My mom picks me up and like for an hour of the drive to Charlotte, we're not speaking. We're just silent.
Classic Erica.
And I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? And then she's like, hey, can you get like my chapstick from my purse? I'm like, totally. And I open her bag and there's like some papers and she's like, oh, what's that? And I'm already like,
she said, check it out.
I'm not trying to spoil the surprise. Meanwhile, like the whole time I know, or I'm hoping, right? And I open it up and it's the tickets to the show. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. So already like Jacob knew like I'm this kind of like fangirl type shit, especially with One Direction.
He could read you immediately.
Oh yeah, he knew. So he also knew that about you. And at the time,
knew me very well.
Nobody knew I was into One Direction in the way that I was. Only because
That's why it was so shocking to me.
I know.
When he came to me.
I wanted them to be my little secret. That's it. And so he told me, that's right. In that moment, I was like, what do you mean? Santina would be my friend? And he was like, she also has a One Direction Tumblr.
Oh,
and I was like, no. Like that just set it on. I had no further questions, Your Honor. Like that's all I need to know. Else. That's all I need to know. I was like, this bitch is crazy. Like me, I'm obsessed.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And then I don't even know what happened after that.
I don't know what happened.
A blur.
I think it was the theater class we had together after, which opens you up and fucking that was the big thing for me with my confidence in high school is that I was forcing myself to take theater classes. My mom was like, this is good for you.
Yeah.
Like, this is really good for you. It'll help you come out of your shell. It'll help you open up. And like you're literally forced to in theater class.
And those stupid little games you do.
Yeah, the stupid games, the plays, everything. You bond so intensely. That's why theater kids are so fucking weird. Like they have this crazy bond.
Yeah.
Like
trauma bond.
Literally trauma bond. You are acting like so weird in front of each other and putting on these faces and masks.
And having to stand up there and the teacher's like project diaphragm, and I'm
getting
over here
critiqued
like
in front of your fucking brethren, in front of your peers. Like that's crazy.
No, as a chronic mumbler, like my nightmare. I was like, please no.
Well, I am a loud talker. Always have been. Very Italian family. We just yell without actually yelling. I remember the first day I was in theater class in high school, and I was a freshman. It was before I met you, and all this happened.
Yeah,
and we had to do like a projecting
this is type
of like competition. And she made all the guys and girls get up on the stage separated. It was guys against girls. And I was the last girl standing with another dude who shall not be named.
Redacted with that capital R.
I won over him. I was the loudest projector.
Period.
Like I could, without screaming, right, like I was the loudest.
Yeah.
She said, feel it in your diaphragm.
Yeah.
And I won the competition. So I'm loud when I want to be. But, but when I'm shy and quiet,
me?
Yeah. Then that's why it shocks people so much, I think.
It's funny, like you had an actual good reason for theater. Mine was literally like, easy A. I was like, I have to choose an elective.
That is a bad girl mentality.
I was like, I guess I'll do this shit.
Yeah, no. And it was when you laughed at my joke. And it was also, there was another point in my head that stands out in high school where before we truly knew each other, we, as a school assembly thing, had to come see the dance competition or the dance recital. My bad.
And I was in dance. That was the one elective
you were
I
a dancer.
I was in dance honors. Sorry.
Tried and true. Like, since you were a tiny child dancer.
Yeah.
And
Tiny dancer.
literally tiny dancer. And I remember you danced. You had one that you composed.
Yeah,
you
I choreographed it.
Yes, my composed. Like it's a fucking musical.
Like, okay.
No, that you choreographed and did yourself. You were the main character, you
Yes.
know? And I remember so vividly that it was for one of Lord's songs.
It was like a deep cut Lord song.
It was deep cut, but the stinger is that it had just become a single.
And
like
then
it was her
went
next single, but she had
viral.
not. And when I was watching it in the audience, I was like, this bitch knew. I was like, she picked this song. She had to pick this song months ago to choreograph the dance to
Start
it.
of the year, basically.
Literally. So she's been working on this forever and it just became a single. It was like, in my eyes, I was like, oh, she's cool.
Yeah.
Because she knows the deep cuts before they become hits.
For sure.
Yeah. So I was like, I resonate with that. Yeah.
I remember you telling me that. I remember doing the dance, and then even after, like,
such a good dance. It was
in school.
It was amazing.
People coming up and being like, "You're dancing," and I was
so
like,
cool.
"Oh God, like stop perceiving me."
No,
please."
literally,
Like,
main character.
I was like, I had no idea.
Crazy.
Yeah, I did love that dance so much.
Yeah, but then the real kicker. I said stinger earlier. Real kicker was when we had this weird sports marketing class together.
Oh my God.
I think we were
Random
juniors.
ass class.
So random.
Yeah.
Our teacher every Friday, who I thought was a lesbian, but was in
Is she
love.
not?
Bro, she's not.
Whoa.
She was, or maybe, you know, she's gay. Who knows?
Who does?
But she loved Jimmy Fallon.
That's right.
She was obsessed with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Honestly,
like,
never
blushed.
met a straight woman that liked
Literally.
him. So okay.
Straight woman with a shaved head. No, she blushed because every Friday we had Fallon Friday, and she would just randomly. This had nothing to do with sports marketing. Absolutely nothing. Every Friday was Fallon Friday, and she would show us Jimmy Fallon clips.
Also, the rest of the week we would just watch Shark Tank.
I loved that
Another
class.
easy A for me.
I loved that class.
Yeah.
And it was the end of the day. It was the last fucking class of the day.
Yep.
And it was right near the point at which I was like, I don't want to ride the bus anymore.
Yes.
I don't want to ride the fucking bus. I was like, I hate it. I hate it.
No,
I
story
hate
of
it
my
so
life,
much.
too.
And so I would lean up to Sabrina because I fucking knew this bitch had a car. I was like, would you mind giving me a ride home?
Yeah.
Today, just today, like no other day, just today.
No strings attached.
No strings attached. I just don't want to ride the bus. And she was like, yeah, where do you live? We lived like 5 minutes away from each other.
Like not even. Like
Not
so
even
close.
And it was on the outskirts of the like
district.
of the
kind of.
district.
Yeah.
Of the school district. So I was like shocked that you lived right there next to me. And you took me home and it was so wonderful. And we were yapping, listening to probably One Direction.
Or the 1975.
Or the 1975, what have you, whatever our similar interests. It could be a mile long list. But, and then every day after that, I would be like, can you give me another ride?
Like, hey, so
and
what do
one
you
day
think?
you just turned around to me because you sat in front of me, I think. You just turned around to me and you were like, never ask me again.
Yeah,
You
I was
were
like, stop fucking asking
Stop
me.
asking me because I will give you a ride home every single day. I do not care. I love it. I enjoy it. Like, you're right there.
I was like, you live right there. I was like, I'm going home anyways. Like, why the fuck are you even asking me? I was like,
Why are you asking me?
Because I could tell you were getting like, oh my God, no one likes to ask anyone for shit, you know? And especially,
Especially me. I don't like
that's
to ask for
also
help.
when I could tell, I was like, oh, this bitch is like a cool, real person.
Yeah.
Because I was like, she is like
I'm not
scared
assuming.
to ask.
I don't
Yeah.
like to ask for help.
But I was like, now I'm feeling weird. And I was like, stop fucking asking.
Stop asking
I was
me.
like, yes.
No,
It's-
that cemented it.
Yeah.
And that is where our love story began.
Literally.
It truly is.
Literally. It's a love story. Baby, just say yes.
We are soulmates.
Literally.
There's no doubt in my mind about that. I don't think soulmates have to be particularly romantic.
Oh, no.
Or any one type of thing. I think you have.
We've tried.
I think you have multiple soulmates in your life.
Yes.
And she is, goddamn it, one of them.
Stop it.
Absolutely.
Please. But no, seriously, I feel the same. I say that all the time as well.
Yeah.
But after
Like
that,
when I describe you, sorry to interrupt.
no,
When I
please.
describe you to people, I'm like, oh, my soulmate.
Oh, my soul. You mean my soulmate?
You were saying after
You
that.
mean my soulmate? No, literally. I mean, like on the episodes I brought you up before, I'm like, yeah, my best friend, but I'm like, you don't get it. I'm like, my best.
My best. Capital B,
Like-
capital F.
Like literally say my life. Like
Best
this is
friend.
the girl. But I think after that time, like, yeah, obviously like the friendship is slowly building. And I remember there was one night we were like up kikiing on text.
I can see my bedroom right now.
Yes, like kicking our feet literally in the bed, giggling about some celebrity at the time.
It was Joe Carey. No, wait. No, it wasn't. It was Ansel.
It was
Elgort.
the OG Joe.
It was Ansel Elgort.
It was Ansel Elgort because Fault in Our Stars was coming out, and I loved that book. You know, all that stuff.
Joe Carey was way after that. I'm sorry. My brain flubbed
okay.
just
We
then.
can cut that.
Okay.
I don't even know how it
I
happened.
think I sent a picture or sent something about Ansel Elgort.
I wish I still had it.
No. You were like,
I was
you
like,
started
bitch, you don't even
texting me
know.
back in all caps, and I was like, oh yes, she gets it.
And we were freaking out for like 2 hours about this man.
Oh, so long.
And sending texts. And literally in that moment, I
all
was
caps.
like, oh, she is me.
No, yeah.
And she is the friend I've been looking for. This is
Waiting
the reason
for.
why I haven't told anyone about my One Direction love, because they don't get it. And Santina, I was like,
and they never will.
She fucking gets it. Like, she reacts in the way I need someone to react when I'm talking about something that I love. And then I think it was even that night or that same week, One Direction was coming to play in Charlotte.
Yes.
And I, of course, like their previous tour, I was up all night crying, trying to get tours. Up all night.
Up all night.
Weird that I said that. It was Up All Night tour.
I would have said that at the same time as you if I didn't pause.
Christ. But no. And so the next tour, like, I was like, Mom, please, I have to get tickets.
Please.
And she was like, okay. And I was like, get two. And she's like, who's going to go with you? And I was like, I think I have someone in mind. And I'm texting Santina and I was like, hey, probably all caps. I was like, if my mom gets 2 tickets to One Direction, will you come with me? And she was like, bitch,
I remember
the fuck? Like,
bursting out of my room and running to my parents and being like, my new friend wants to take me. She wants to take me to One Direction with her. Please send me money.
Yes.
Like, send them money. Like they're buying us
yes.
tickets right now. And they were like, yes, absolutely. They were
my
like,
mom,
you have a best friend.
Literally, they're like, period. My mom, like, OG best friend fangirl. Like,
Absolutely.
Like, she gets it.
Erica was truly.
Yeah. And so we were doing the queue, and with the Taylor Swift thing too, my mom was in the queue for 12 hours. My mom was, not me, in the queue for 12 hours. She was FaceTiming her computer screen to me all day because she had meetings and shit. Real hot girl job to do. And I was just staring at it. So yeah, back in that day too, she was like, no, we're getting these fucking tickets.
No.
Even if she wasn't going to go.
Exactly.
She was just down to clown.
As my mom would call herself, fan support.
Literally.
Every time she's gotten me tickets or taken me to a show before I was able to take myself in my early teens, she called herself fan support because I'd be like sitting there in line for fucking 8 hours or something to get a really close, if I'm in the pit.
Oh yeah.
To get a really close look or close spot. My mom would be like bringing me sandwiches and like doing all kinds of things like that. And so that is Erica to a T.
My mom was in the pit with me in so many shows pre-Santina. Because my first show ever, guys, front row at Owl City. Okay? Like, yes. And my mom wasn't there. I went with my older cousin, but that was my first show. And then I went to all these other shows, just, dragged my mom because she had to drive and pay for it.
Yeah. But she loved it.
Oh, and she loved it too. And she would be in the pit with me. And we had this running joke we still say to this day. There was this like rowdy crowd one time. And there was this girl and she was being so ugly and just mean. And I am like 16 and I'm like, no way you're going to talk shit to my mom. You know, like I'm ready to fight.
No.
And my mom was like, do I have to punch a 16-year-old girl in the face?
Literally.
Like, and we say that to this day. If we're in public and we see like a teenager acting a little like rowdy, she goes, do I have to punch a 16-year-old girl in the face? Like,
ready to do what she had to do.
Literally. And we go to this One Direction concert. Certain moments happen and we just like clutch each other. And like, mind you, like, yeah, we've been hanging out doing the drive homes, kikiing over text, but like this moment, literally our souls bonded.
It was our souls merged.
I remember thinking like, I posted that selfie of us on Instagram and I remember thinking like, I'm going to post this picture and people are going to be like, they're friends.
What the fuck is she doing with this quiet bitch?
Not even that, but just being like, they're friends?
Yeah, we were unlikely friends.
Yes,
truly.
like an unlikely duo. And it was literally just on after that.
Yes.
And then speaking of my mom, we'll call back quickly to this. Like we went to the 1975 show together, the first show. And my mom told me like, we can get into this after this, but this is foreshadowing, I'll say.
Absolutely.
Where some shit happens that we can get into. And they weren't going to let me into the fucking venue. And Santina, I turned to Santina and I said, please go. Because we had been camping out for like 24 hours.
So we
front
had
row.
It was so cold. It was Chattanooga.
It was
and we had like
insane.
hot hands in our bras because
Dude.
we were like trying to warm our bodies up, which is probably not good for our titties. But
no, my mom was working
we
nights at the
were
time.
freaking out.
She dropped us off at the venue, went to the hotel to sleep. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning or some shit. And we get there and we stayed there all day and night until the next day when the show started at like 8 o'clock. So we're like front row. And then we get to the front.
Yes.
My birthday was like 2 days before. This was my birthday show. And my license had expired on my birthday.
As
and they
it
were
does.
like, oh, your license is expired. We can't let you in. And I was like, what do you mean?
No,
like,
literally.
you're looking at my date of birth. You can tell I'm 18. Just let me in.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? They were like, nope, sorry, can't let you in. So they let everyone in line
he was
in
probably
behind
like,
us.
oh, well, in the state of Tennessee. And like, you know, when they say that shit, you're like, oh, fuck you.
I was so fucking mad. My mom says I lost my shit, which is literally.
I remember you losing your shit.
I lost my shit. As you would. I've been camping out for over 12 hours to
We were
be
delirious.
front row. And now I'm seeing everyone get in line, like get up there before. I'm freaking out. And I looked to Santina and I said, like, dude, please just go in without me. Like, do not. And she was like, what the hell? She's like, no, I'm not going to go without you.
I said, no fucking way.
And my mom to this day, she told me after that trip, she was like, that's when I realized like, she's your best friend. She was like, she's a good person.
Because I was like,
she was like, no.
I was like, I don't want to walk in. And I was like, the reason I came here was to experience this with you. I'm not trying to fucking go into this place alone worrying about you.
I know, but I was like, you shouldn't have to miss this because it's some logistical
No, but I was like,
bullshit.
no, I would miss it for so much
Yeah.
less. Like if it meant you couldn't be there with me.
That's so sweet. But you know what? Karma paid us back because you know what? I'm losing my shit under this tree. Specifically, my mom like says like she brought us like Starbucks or something. I threw my fucking drink on the ground. You remember this? Under this tree and it like exploded and I was so mad. I was so mad. That's what my mom says, losing my shit. I was so mad and this guy noticed us having a fucking mental breakdown outside the venue. No one is left outside except us. Everyone got let in.
He's part of some crew.
And I
probably
was like,
theirs.
he comes over. It was literally Maddie Healy's personal security guard.
Oh yes.
He comes over and he's like, hey girls, what's going on?
security guard.
And we were like, these motherfuckers, like, blah, 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 like telling the whole
Tears
story.
in our eyes.
And he's like, all right, hold on. He's like, come with me. He takes us to their tour bus doors.
We were like, are we about to
I literally
Maddie
was like,
Healy?
I'm about to meet them. And he's like, wait out here. And I was like, okay. And he comes out and he has like these like VIP passes basically, or like he has that picture, like the backstage printed out sheet that allows you to get backstage. And he's like, come with me.
Oh yeah.
We cut through the entire backstage. The opening act is back there. Everyone's back there hustling and bustling. And he takes us to the front row and literally is telling people like, excuse me, back up.
Yep.
And he plants us right in the front row.
Right in the front on the barricade.
And I was like, thank God.
Thank
like,
God.
I couldn't believe it.
No.
Still couldn't believe it. And
Magic.
then we met him afterwards.
Yeah.
And we're talking what, 2014?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I remember we were efficient. We hugged him at the same time.
Same time.
I said, you go low, I go high.
Yeah.
You hugged his core, his body. And I remember holding his head of hair in my hands.
God, that curly.
And I also was funny because I asked him to, all the girls were like asking for him to sign their printed out tickets.
He signed my ticket.
I was like, yeah, that's cute, but fuck that. I said, I want him to hold my hand.
That's
I
right.
said, will you sign my hand?
Yeah.
So he held my hand, signed it, and I still have the picture really far back on my Instagram. It's one of my first Instagram posts.
Oh, yeah.
Was my hand. You took the photo.
Oh, yeah.
In the hotel
of course,
bed.
had to. I also
with
have
his
videos of us
signature on
hugging
it.
him and meeting him.
Absolutely.
Like,
you have a whole thing
yeah.
of it. I remember us, the little chitter chatter, everything. And I remember people like commenting under that post, like, get it tattooed. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
That'd be crazy.
But like, they were like, oh my God, like freaking out. I'm like, yeah, bitch, he held my hand.
God, yeah. We were next level fangirls.
Next level. But that's why we resonate with each other.
Exactly.
That's how we connected.
We went again to see them, camped out once again.
Oh, yes.
And that was a whole like turf war.
Yes.
That time. That shit was crazy.
That was...
I was viral on Twitter.
We made a lot of friends. You were. We made a lot of friends that day, a lot of enemies.
And enemies.
I still follow some of the
Me
people.
too. Me
Okay,
too.
good.
Me
I
too.
still follow some of the people on Instagram that we met that day. And sometimes I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then I'm like, it's from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, camping out, 1975.
Well, I don't know if you guys ever camped out for a concert, but basically we showed up, I don't even know what time, late at night. We're like in the car
Middle
for
of
a
the
while.
night.
We don't see anyone else in line. We finally,
because we like, what? Go on.
I was going to say,
you're going to say
like,
the same thing.
I don't know if I am, but I was going to say, it's like illegal to do that. You're not supposed to.
Oh.
So I remember like waiting for someone else to be in line.
What I was going to say is it was one of those things where they knew people would camp out in insane,
you weren't supposed to,
insane amounts of time.
Yeah.
But so they would write or like give you a wristband with the number.
Yeah.
You are in line.
We get in line and there's like other people near us in line. And yeah, they finally at a certain hour come around with wristbands.
Exactly.
And they write your number in line.
Wristbands.
Because at that point you can leave the line.
Then you can leave. And then you can leave and do whatever you want.
They know what number you are in line.
That is your spot.
Yeah, it's your spot. But what this venue did not foresee, or us, was there's two entrances.
God, why did no one tell us?
Two lines formed, unbeknownst to everyone in each line. So we're all thinking like, I think I was number 13
It was
in
Raleigh,
line.
right?
Yeah. I think I was like number 13 in line. And so we're like number 13. And then
looking up
literally. Meanwhile, there's a whole other line with another 100-something people. Yep. And we're like, oh my God. So then like during that day, once we have the wristbands, we had yellow wristbands. They had blue.
Yes.
And we're walking around and we start seeing blue wristbands and we're like, wait, what the fuck? We find out there's two lines. So then of course there's a battle of the blue versus yellow wristbands. Insane shit. And back during the time
we were enemies.
When Twitter was popping off, like people were live tweeting like what was happening and taking pictures and stuff. And I remember going on Twitter and being like the braids girl, the braids girl. And I was wearing it was me. I was the braids girl.
When it was your hair down to your ass.
The French
braids. I had the same. Your hair was longer than mine though, for sure. It was so long.
Yeah. I'm trying to get back.
And you're on the way. But you had two long braids.
Yes.
The braids girl.
And I was the braids girl because apparently I was the leader. And I was like, I never asked to be. I'm not the leader. I think I just was the scariest looking RBF bitch there. And so they were all like the leader, the braids girl.
Good
and I was like,
back.
oh my God. So then of course, like whatever, there's little feuds happening. And when they open the gates, no running, bitch, everyone is sprinting.
Yeah, they tell you to not run, but there is not a single fucking person that's not running.
No chance.
No way. You're elbowing bitches.
Yeah.
You're
literally, I'm ready to trip someone. I don't care. But we got barricade. We got front row. And
we killed it that night.
One of the best
fantastic.
Nights. It was amazing.
It was fantastic.
We be fangirls.
We be fangirls.
That's really the...
Yeah. And then high school ended and Sabrina was locked in at WCU, and I was so heartbroken that we weren't going to college together because I had my sights set on App State, and I was just waiting for the fucking exception letter. Like I was like, they're gonna accept me, no problem. And then they waitlisted me.
How could they?
How could they waitlist me?
Well, the only reason I was locked in at Western is because it's the only one that accepted me. By the way,
exactly.
I didn't take the SAT.
No,
I only took the.
You
ACT.
didn't give a bad girl.
I didn't care.
You didn't give a fuck about school, which is understandable because it's bullshit. It is a bullshit structure.
Yeah, the only one I got accepted to was Western, so I was like, damn, okay, I guess I'm going to college.
That's my place. I'm going to college, y'all. Sabrina's going to college.
I'm going to college.
But I was like trying at other places and they waitlisted me at App and I was like, holy shit, I thought I was for sure going to get in over there immediately. Yeah. And then Western was one of my fallback schools. Mm-hmm. And not to say anything bad about it. It's a fantastic school.
Yeah. I was a minority acceptance.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, I'll take it.
Exactly. And then they sent me a letter and they were like, oh, we would like to welcome you to our honors college.
Amazing, period.
Which you get, when you get into the honors college, you get nicer dorms, which are, not going to lie, filled with nerds that don't want to have a good time.
Dorks.
But still, it was a newer, nicer building, and I got my own bathroom.
Yeah.
In my room.
Come on, you're not going to say no.
My own bathroom. And so I said, okay, honors college acceptance. I guess that's where I'm going. And I was like, well, thank fucking God. Because I don't want to go to college without my best friend.
Imagine. I don't actually want to imagine.
I don't want to.
What would have happened?
No, I have no idea.
No.
Because
that was like
if we're talking about bonding before this, y'all, but college was formative for
Holy
our
shit.
relationship.
Seriously.
Like we know the same people now. We can talk about the same people. We met the same friends that we have to this day.
Yeah.
And
We truly did everything together.
we were
Every
attached at the
waking
hip.
second.
We weren't even roommates the first year.
And they were
we had different, and they were roommates. We had different roommates the first
Yep.
year, our freshman year.
Yeah.
And it was still so much fun. And we were in each other's dorm constantly.
Yes.
But then the second year, we were roommates. And people always say, never share a room, never
Yep.
live with your best friend. You're
Yep.
going to hate them, yada,
Yep.
yada, yada. Never fucking happened.
No, never.
It never will.
No.
It never happened because we are so good together. We are
And similar. Like, and also it's like so similar, but so different. But like in a way that like I understand.
we know when to check out and to just
Yes.
chill together because the
Yes.
other person doesn't need
Yeah.
necessarily like social interaction, but you just need someone to like parallel play
be
with,
there.
like to just
Yeah.
literally be there
For sure.
and like do your own thing, and then
Yeah.
you can talk again after you're done
Yeah.
doing your own thing. We've never had a fight, honestly.
No,
like
literally.
the one time we did, it was because this random bitch was like whispering in our
Instigating.
ear, instigating,
And she
it.
was plotting on my
and
downfall.
plotting on Sabrina's downfall, plotting on our
Yeah.
friendship to be a downfall.
Yes.
And we survived.
We clocked it immediately, mind you. She was doing this,
We
chirping in
prevailed.
ears, and then we had a little bicker for like one night, and then
1 second.
literally the next day,
As soon as I came to you with my feelings, you
Yeah.
were like, I had no idea you felt this way.
Yeah.
And then we figured it out
immediately
and fixed it.
we put the like dots together. And we're like, oh, that bitch, like she
She's
did this.
Little devil in our ear.
Yes.
And not the good kind, like we were talking about earlier.
No.
So that was extremely bonding as well for
Yeah.
our friendship. I
Yeah.
think going through a lot together in college together and experiencing the same
Yeah.
things you experience in college together. And
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like what I've said on the pod before. It's like you have this idea of who you are, who people think you are, especially in high school at that age. And then I met Santina and I was like, no. She is all the things I actually am to my core. And maybe you guys don't
At our
get it,
core.
but I was like, that.
Maybe not on the outside.
Yeah, I
but
was
on
like,
the
that is what it
inside.
is. And like, she brought out what I needed inside. It
we
was
bring
like-
out a lot of really good things in each other.
Yeah.
And that continues to be true. That is not like,
Literally.
that does not stop at some point.
No.
Like,
Mm-mm. It's crazy. I mean, what? We've talked about it before. It's been over 10 years
Yeah.
now.
over a decade.
Which is like, and I understand now how lucky that is to say. Because
Yeah.
some people, now that I tell them, they're like, what?
Yes.
Because people have massive friendship falling outs and all these things. And like,
Yes.
we've had all the trials, like moving
So many.
and boys and other friends and other bullshit like that could usually get in the way. And we're not even ever is it a question. It's
No,
always, it's never been like we
never.
had to
That's
get
the last
through
question.
it. It's just like nothing has rocked the boat
No,
ever.
because it's meant to be.
Yeah, we bonded at such
It's
the
fate.
perfect time, like
Yeah.
over the most intimate, deep
No,
shit.
I know I'm going to
yeah.
be rocking in a little rocking chair, drinking my, hot toddy or whatever the fuck I'm going to be drinking when I'm an old lady.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yapping with this bitch. It's like
literally.
when we get together, I've also explained it like this. Like I have, since Sabrina was talking about how I was in high school, I am not that person anymore. I am
No.
not a quiet, shy girl.
Yeah.
I have become an extrovert as I have grown up and my brain has developed.
Yeah.
I have become an extrovert, and it still, when we are together, we are our best versions of each other.
Yeah, seriously.
Like when we meet someone individually,
Yeah.
we can connect with other people easy. Like we're both extroverted. We both love people. We both love talking to people. But when we're together, it's like this weird
like magic,
It is
yeah.
literally like magic where we make so much more of an impact
Yeah.
when we're together.
And then just our
meeting
names
people.
as well. Everyone's always like
Santina and
Santina, Sabrina.
When we would introduce ourselves in college, everyone would always be like, "Ooh, Santina and Sabrina, Santina and Sabrina," and we were like, "Yeah,
That's
like
it.
remember,
Remember it. Yeah.
yeah, it's
For sure.
Yeah.
It happened just the other night. Like,
literally."
and someone's
it
like, wait,
won't
what?
stop.
Santina?
Sabrina.
Like, that's us.
It never stops,
No.
and it never will.
No.
And now it's out there on the internet.
Not forever for everyone to hear. I know. I'm like, are you guys enjoying this?
No, literally.
Laura?
I'm like, are you enjoying this
At
as much as
point,
we are?
it's just
Because we
Kiki.
have already finished the Snoop Dogg wine and we're, you know, feeling
Kiki.
great.
I know. I'm about to get a beer, actually. Do you want a beer?
I do want a beer.
Okay, we'll pause. Beer pause. Beer pause.
Back from the beer break.
We're back. We switched from Snoop wine to beer.
To beer.
We're women of many, I don't know what the word is.
Many hats.
That's right. Many hats. Many cups. Yeah. We'll drink whatever.
Many cups for sure. For sure.
But yeah.
That's the shit, y'all.
That's the shit. That's most the like lore. Mm-hmm. There's many other details in between.
We've lived many lives in between what we just said and now. Like we said, it's been over a decade.
Yeah.
We've had other obsessions, other musical obsessions together that we've like ridden on.
It's kind of always just been like, you like this thing, I'll probably like that thing.
Yeah. I remember in college, it was right after you dropped out and I was so lonely.
That's what we call it.
I mean, I was like not lonely because I had friends, the ones that we had established there.
For sure, yeah.
But without my soulmate, without my best friends,
like,
like I was missing a piece.
Feels
like,
empty.
It feels empty. It feels lonely. And so I would find things and then like bring them to you.
Yeah.
And that specifically led to us loving the garden together. Because I remember like finding them probably on Tumblr. And, you know, the garden is a weird punk band consisted of these two beautiful men who are twins, literal twins, but are very different from one another. Like us, twins,
Literally
but different.
Twins but different.
And I remember vividly in my like high school bedroom, you coming over for a sleepover. I was home visiting. And I was like, I'm going to show you this. I have no idea if you're going to be into it.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
But I think you will.
Yeah.
And I showed you one music video. I think it was Egg.
Yes, it was Egg. I remember.
Egg by the Garden. Check it out.
Check it out. I know. I'm like, these listeners, I don't know.
They'll be big one day.
My mom's like, oh God, not them again.
And I showed it to you and you were silent the entire time. And I was like, oh fuck, she either loves it or hates it.
Yeah.
And at the very end, you were like, I love it.
Yeah.
You were like, I love it. And I was like, okay, I'm in love with this one twin. You were like, I'm in love with the other one. I was like, exactly.
Well, you were like, which one do you like? And I was like, that
I asked
one. And
you
you were
which
like,
one you
oh,
like.
thank God.
I was like, thank God, because I'm obsessed
like,
with the other one.
Yes.
Because like, we don't need to be into the same man unless it's like, no, we don't need to.
Because even with like One Direction, it was very
We were-
much like I had Harry, you loved
we had
Niall.
different tastes.
Like, we had different tastes.
That's what brings us together as well, is that we are not exactly the same.
No,
we
slightly
have different
different.
tastes, slightly different fonts, but you know, similar.
Yes.
You were like, I'm into it. And that was all I needed to roll the ball.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And we've seen them probably
I got
8 or 9
sucked in.
times.
Yes.
Live. We have matching tattoos because of this band.
Yes, that we gave each other.
That you
Stick and
gave
poke.
me my first stick and poke ever.
Yes.
We were in the college dorm
Our
that
college
you
dorm.
used to live in.
Honestly, the tattoo studio at that point.
Literally.
People
You
were
were getting
coming
into stick and
in.
poke.
People were coming in and getting tattoos
I
left
was
and
so
right.
into it. Was fantastic. I was
Yeah.
so into it. I had just gotten my first official, like, professional tattoo. And I was like, I want stick and pokes. I want stick and pokes. And you got into it. You have a steady hand.
Thank you. Yes.
and you are artistic. And you have given me freehand stick and pokes I'm looking at right now that look like someone did it with like a machine.
Thank you.
They look legit.
I was very into her at that time. Now I could never. I would pass away.
No, who knows? Yeah, no, literally.
I'm like, who was she? I don't honestly. I could never
bad
do
girl.
it. I know. Period. I've lost it.
That is the theme. No, like I remember you giving me the first stick and poke I ever got, and I drank half a bottle of vodka because I was afraid it was going to hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And we were in a brand new dorm.
Yes.
That the fire alarm was
my
not sound. It was messed up.
Kept going off.
So the fire alarm would go off in the middle of the night, but there was never a fire. So the one time there was a fire that our neighbor made because he like
some popcorn
overheated
or
his
shit.
pizza rolls or something.
Yes.
Hot Pockets. He like burned his fucking pizza rolls and there was an actual fire. But before that, it was all just
fake false
fake,
alarm.
ridiculous false alarms. And so there was a fake fire alarm in the middle of you giving me my first stick and poke.
So funny. You're so drunk.
I still have a video on my phone.
Probably not even 21.
No, definitely
Allegedly.
not 21.
Allegedly.
That's why we were hiding the absolute
drunk.
vodka. No, hiding that shit under like
yes.
piles of flannels or something.
Yes.
And
In
running
the middle
out.
Of tattooing with
literally, we had to run out of the fucking dorm and like stand outside and act like we were not drunk.
Yes. Act like some NPCs out there.
Literally.
Oh my God.
But like, that is our core lore.
Literally. Core lore. But we went to see the garden like the first time and there was like 10 people in the fucking crowd.
10 or 20.
We traveled to like Virginia or something. Like good few hours away.
The first one was Durham.
Okay.
First one was Durham.
Good few hours away.
Right near Raleigh. But like also kind of weird at the time.
But we go there and like,
Motorco.
there's literally like 10 people there, including us. Mm-hmm. But the other people, I don't know if they just like waltzed in off the street, but we were the only two in the crowd going absolutely fucking
Knew
crazy.
every word.
Going ballistic. They came down into the crowd of like 10 and they were like singing and stuff. After the show, you know, the whole time me and Santina are like, we have to meet them.
Have to talk to them. There's no way.
And after the show, they came up to us before we could come up to them.
They walked out from the back around the crowd of people that were suddenly waiting to meet them. Walked up to the merch table, which is where we were buying merch.
Yeah.
And shook our hands and
they were
said,
like,
thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to this show. Who are you?
Which literally, like, I can see it now. Not that I'm a musician, but, you know, like, I can imagine, like, being small and, like, playing to, like, and they were giving it their whole ass energy. Yeah. As they do. To a crowd of, like, 10 and having, like, 2 people in the crowd losing their fucking minds.
Losing it.
I would also be like,
they were handing us the microphones during the show.
So we could
letting
sing.
us sing some of the parts or, you know, yell some of the parts, whatever. That shit was crazy. They were like, who are you? Where are you from?
How do you know
We said,
us?
can we go off to the side and take some pictures
like,
real
let's
quick?
talk. Yeah.
And they were like, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
And took us over and talked to us for a second. We introduced ourselves and the rest is history.
I was going to say that. Because then, we kept going to their shows and they would be like, hey.
Recognize us every time.
You guys. And we're like, yes, us. Hi, it's us again.
Been here since the beginning.
Then by like the 3rd or 4th show, we had the stick and poke tattoos. Mm-hmm. And we were like, we have to show you something. Yep. And we took the pictures with the tattoos. Yes. Like, just.
Absolutely.
What a ride. And that one time we went to the show and like I don't even care. We can cut this. Tommy Midnight, and he took the picture. Like I took a picture of him, and then
don't cut that.
The devotion guy was like, "Hey, you guys!"
Yes,
and he gave us free merch.
Yes,
the free shirts.
Yes,
and I was like, "Whoa, they know us. Like,
absolutely,
their crew knows us." Just because we were like those bitches. Like we just were there from the beginning. Yeah, distractor. That's what I was saying. Devotion was a song. Yeah, distractor.
No, exactly. Yeah, the distractor guy. Their crew, all of them knew us.
Oh, yeah.
They all knew us.
I mean, we got in at the perfect time because even now, like, they're pretty big. Like, I mean, we saw them open for Mac DeMarco and I'm in the crowd actively knowing, oh, this shit's about to go crazy. Mm-hmm. But I was like, thank God, like, we've already seen them 5 times at this point.
Yeah. We don't need to be up in the pit. No. We're becoming old ladies now.
But then do you remember I crowd surfed that show?
You did crowd surf that show.
Every show.
I lost you. And then I saw you in the air coming back to me.
That's also some lore that I don't know if you guys listening know. I don't even know if my mom knows. Like, I took advantage of my small size back then.
She's a tiny woman.
And I was a little rat back then. I had no anxiety, who I don't know her. And I would crowd surf every fucking show I got a chance. Yes. I would turn to the tallest man next to me and I would say, can you lift me up? Some of them would say no, get weirded out. And I was like, okay, weirdo, bye. Okay, most freak. Of them though were like, fuck yes. So at this Mac DeMarco show, the garden had opened. They played packed out show arena. Basically. And I am like, hey, can you pick me up during Mac? Mm-hmm. And they lift me in the air and I'm in the way back, mind you,
girl,
the very back.
You made it to the front.
They almost dumped me onto the stage.
Yes.
Mac is pointing at me, looking down at me. I'm on like Jumbotron. Like everyone can see me. And I'd land somewhere in the crowd. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised I didn't crack my skull open the amount of times I did this shit. Like, no fear for my life at all.
No. And I never felt any anxiety. I knew you'd make your way back to me.
No care.
I said, ride it, baby
girl.
Go,
baby girl. Be free.
Ride
Be
it.
free.
Ride that crowd.
And I get dumped and I go back and I was like, that was fucking awesome. After the show, after that one specifically, so many people were coming up to me and they were like, yo, you're the girl, yo. Because I was crowd surfing for like 10 minutes.
Oh,
like, they wouldn't put me down. At a certain point, I was like, all right, pack it up.
You were a little doll they were throwing in the air.
Oh my God, it was crazy. And then the other time we did it at the Albert Hammond Jr. show. And Hines was also crowd surfing. I kissed Carlotta and the crowd surf. That was such a time.
I remember. And at the very end after that, we went up to meet Hines and they saw you and me and they said, the girl. I'm like, they can barely speak English.
I know.
And they said, the girl. And they told us to come over to them. And they were like, where do you live? Where are you going tonight? We want to party.
I know.
I'm like, we're in Atlanta. We live in Asheville. They were like, okay, is that close? I was like, no, baby
not
girl.
At all.
It is not close. We
At
would
my
love
age
to party
now,
with you.
I would have been like, we'll make it work.
No, literally.
But we were
We'd
like
figure it
20.
out. No,
I was like,
yeah,
absolutely
no. We were
not.
like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Listen, I already feel like an old woman. Because
I'm like, I'm saying.
We went.
That's what I'm saying.
The last garden show we went to, I remember being like, "Where's Santina?" And I found you came back and you're like, "I threw up," and I was like, "What?" And then like I was just like, "I'm sick," and I was like, "I have to go to the back." Because we used to mosh pit, you know,
and a lot of our friends were there that night, and they were crowd surfing, they were mosh
like,
pitting.
Are we too?
And
old
I was
for
like,
this?
I think I ate some bad almonds or something. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't eat that much. I did not eat that much before that show.
But before
and
it
I just remember
mattered.
throwing up the almonds.
Yes, and I remember just being like, "Are we too old for this shit?" Like we've already lived.
Our bodies are withered.
A life. Yeah, we've been like
we were in that young, and usually the people crowd surfing nowadays are like teens, like young
big
people.
ass men that should know better,
or just fucking big ass men that don't give a fuck.
I went to a show recently at like last year at the Harris Cherokee Center.
Yes,
and people were moshing suddenly, and I was like. My bones were like tingling. I was like, ooh, I gotta get in there. And I like go into the mosh, and usually before I would go into the mosh, and people would look at me like, "What is this tiny girl doing? She's crazy." But you know,
that's
with
the best person to mosh.
Exactly, it looks crazy, but
you're basically being lifted. Your feet aren't even touching the ground.
Yeah, and it's
like,
big ass men. But usually, if it's a good moshing culture, everyone protects each other. Yeah, no one's like punching each other in the face.
Exactly.
You know, if someone
That's
goes
not
down,
punk.
you pick them up. You know, it's
they
very
think
respectful.
It's punk. It's not punk. It's punk to be respectful.
But that's why I'm saying nowadays, I feel like there's a lot of fake punks. Hey,
that's true.
I'll say it. Cancel me.
Fucking posers.
And I'm at the show, and I was like with Aaron, and I was like, I gotta go. I was like, I'm being called, and I went into the pit, and I'm like getting like shoved around.
When you do it.
I just remember being like, I gotta get out. Like I'm scared for my life. And
when you know when to get in, you know when to get out.
And to this day, I was wearing these like moccasin type shoes, made of like felt. I don't even know. And there's a Vans print perfectly stamped on the top of these shoes, a perfect Vans grid stamped on them from that mosh pit. Like it will never come out. I just like have that as a stamp of like my last mosh pit ever. Because I'm too old now.
Get that shoe bronzed.
Literally.
Let the pattern come through. The bronzing.
But now I'll see the kids doing it these days, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
look at them.
You just got like stars in your eyes about that. Like
literally, I'm like, that was me.
I feel too old unless I feel called.
Yeah.
Which it's like with my friend Arrow that we were both friends with.
Yeah.
There's been many a show I've gone to them with where. And they're just an anxious person in general and don't like to be in crowds and be touched and feeled around and all
That's
that
like
shit.
me now.
But yeah, exactly. But there's been many times where they've looked at me during the show and it's calling them.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see it in their eyes.
It's like, can I go?
They're like, are you okay if I go into this crowd right now? I need to get into this mosh pit right now. And they come back looking beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
Disheveled, but happy as a clam.
There's something about it. Like, I know some people listening, hey mom, don't understand, but like even me before probably didn't understand. But there's something about like being in there and like the running
the
around and the
energy.
thrashing around. It just feels, and everyone like, I've never been like giggling uncontrollably
Yes.
as much as when I'm in a
Yes.
mosh pit, especially when there's like, you know, because you see everyone's
Like you
other
took a
small
strong
girls,
edible.
big men, all these people. Yeah. And everyone's like shoving, but also being so kind. And like,
Yeah.
when I would
Watching
slam
out.
the fuck into some dude and he'd turn around and then see it was this
little girl.
He's like, what the fuck?
this
and then
little rat.
And he'd like shove me back. And I'm like, hell yeah. Like it was such a fun
Yeah.
vibe.
Like, yeah.
It's so fun.
Absolutely.
I do miss it, but also nowadays, yeah, I'm like, I'm too old for that.
Yeah. We say that now, but we're going to a music festival in 4 days or so. And
Yes. It's my first
we might
festival.
get in some pits.
It's
Oh
my first festival.
God.
I'm so excited.
I haven't ever, I don't think I've ever gone to a festival with you.
No, it's not ever been to a festival.
I'm a 1-day person.
Yeah.
I am usually going for a band that is on one
Specifically,
day
I need to see
of
this
this
band.
3-day or
For sure.
4-day.
For sure.
And the only first time that I technically went to all these days recently was Bonnaroo. And it was because I was working a
Yeah.
like merch or not merch, but
Yeah, a vendor.
yeah, a vendor.
Yeah.
I was a vendor.
She was a vendor.
I was a vendor, and it got canceled. If you know anything about Bonnaroo this past year,
Tragic.
it got canceled halfway through. But I was there with my friends camping for like a week before it got canceled.
Yeah.
And so I now know like how it feels to be at a festival for many, many days.
Yeah, like full time.
Full time, literally. But I could see it. I could see us
Getting rowdy.
loose.
No,
getting
for
rowdy.
Sure. Me too. I still have it in me a little bit. It's also just like
It's just if it
gauging
calls
the crowd.
you.
Engaging
It's
the
just if it
crowd.
calls you.
That's what I'm saying. At the last one, I was like, I feel kind of unsafe because I don't think these people are like, it was like they're looking for a rowdy time.
Yeah.
Whereas
I don't like that.
when it's everyone's feeling called to it, then
No.
it's a good vibe. But like if you're like,
If you're
waiting
just
for
there
the
to like
moment-
elbow fucking people, like no.
Because it was also a band that I was like, we're moshing for
Mm-hmm.
this. Like, there's so many bands these days that it's like, that doesn't deserve a mosh pit. Like,
Absolutely.
not to be gatekeeping mosh pits, but like, I feel like people just go in there just to like be violent, just because
Yes.
they can.
Yes,
and I'm
absolutely.
like, the music isn't this.
Absolutely.
Like, what
No,
are
I
we
mean,
doing?
But we are going to Shaky Knees.
Yes.
And the last time I went to Shaky Knees, I think I was either fresh out of college or the first time I ever went was with my mom and our friend Polly.
Yes.
And I was like 15 or 16 and
Yeah.
I only went to see the Strokes. So I was there in that crowd in that pit for like fucking 8 hours.
Yeah.
And my mom came with us, like I said.
Yep.
And I love telling the story. I didn't see my mom during the show. I saw her after, but she was like, you know what happened to me? And I was like, what? What happened to you while I was away?
Oh, no.
She goes, someone was crowd surfing and I got kicked in the face.
It happens.
And she was like, fuck yeah.
Oh, no.
Like she was all about it.
Oh,
she was
no.
not like offended or
Oh, yeah.
upset. Like
Oh,
she
yeah.
was like, this
yeah.
is the vibe.
Yes.
Like she got
Yes.
kicked in the fucking head
Yeah.
and took it.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. I mean, people would crowd surf, and I'd be like, "Oh, here they come!"
Yeah.
And it'd be like a giant ass man.
yeah,
And I'm like,
always a giant man.
Get off the stage, brother!
Always a giant
Always."
man.
And I'm like, "Here I go. I
Yeah.
guess I'm gonna have to try to help this
I guess
guy."
I'm going to bring the strength of Samson right now and lift this man up.
literally.
But-
That was the vibe
Yeah,
for sure.
that was the vibe.
That was the vibe. And I remember one of the concerts me and my mom went to, not as like a good memory as these, but like we're in the pit and like we're all like crammed like sardines, you know. And my mom is like, I don't even know how old she is. If I'm like
Yeah.
16, she's, I don't know. But
We're not doing math.
I don't care.
We're not
but, you know,
mathematicians.
she's older than I am now. And so she was already probably in her head like, am I fucking too old to be here? What am I doing? And we're in this pit, and this girl, everyone was being so nasty and weird. There were these girls that came through, like trying to squeeze in, you know how people do,
Yes.
spilling their drinks all over us.
Always.
And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Especially
Always.
like if you're spilling it on my mom, like I'm actually about to fight.
I will punch you.
My 16-year-old hormones are going crazy, and I'm actually going to kill you. And so my mom is like next to this girl. I didn't even know until the end of the show. Like that show specifically, also it was Hot Shell Ray. If you guys
I
know.
knew it was. I was gonna
You
ask.
guys know, you know.
I was gonna ask which
You
one
know.
it was, but I had a feeling it was the Hot Shell Ray.
Don't look them up, but do because
It
they
was
have
the Hot Shell
bangers.
Ray.
They have bangers. And the guitarist, or whatever, he threw his pick directly at me specifically, and I caught it. He was looking at me the whole show. My mom, I remember, it was like, haha, that's so cool. But also, she's 16.
No, she's a
Like,
child.
what are you doing? And in hindsight, of course.
Protective side came weird. Out. Yeah,
but
for sure.
we're in the pit. And after the show, my mom was like, good God. She's like, this girl next to me. She's like, I guess she shaves her arms, which was unheard of for my mom, especially because I'm a girl that has very hairy arms growing up. And I had like wanted to shave them my whole life. And my mom was like, do not do that. You'll regret it. And I never did. But this girl next to her had shaved arms because she had stubble, like stubbly arms.
That shit is the prickliest
everyone is
stubble
sardines.
you'll ever feel
so
in
my
your
mom was
life.
like, this bitch kept rubbing her.
She's like, I have a rash.
Rubbing her stubbly arms on me the whole night. She was like, I was freaking. And my mom is not, she hates being touched. Even in a loving way, like physical touch is her last love language. Like she hates it. Especially hair, weird. Like my mom gets so weirded out by that stuff. And she was like, her big prickly arms were touching me the whole night. I was about to freak out. I was like, damn, I had no idea you were going through that turmoil next to me that whole time.
There's been so many shows where my mom has come up to me after and been like, oh, I saw this and did this and this. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, yeah, I had no idea.
Well, my mom, we went to Ed Sheeran concert. She came with me.
Yes.
And it was one of those theaters with like a balcony. And she was like, you go in the pit, you know, have your fun. I'm going to be in the balcony,
I'll be out
sitting
here.
down, drinking my wine, having
like we
fun.
are now.
Yeah. And so I'm in the pit and she's upstairs. And she said even upstairs, people were like elbowing to get like, and she was like, bitch, I've been here for 4 hours. Like, this is my spot. Also, she was like, I'm not trying to fight. I just want a good view. But there was one point,
just want to see the man that's singing.
And she could, and it was like such a mom move. She could see me from the crowd, you know, from high up. She could keep an eye on me.
Yeah, keep a tab.
Because I was alone. And
just making sure you're not being kidnapped.
Or like squashed.
Yeah.
And there was one time during the show where there was literally a, what's that called? Like a crowd surge.
Yes.
And it was in the tiniest little thing, but I felt it. I saw it and she saw it. It was crazy. I don't even know what happened, but like everyone just like ran forward and we got all squished together.
It's all of a sudden, it really is.
It was wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, she took her little videos from her POV.
She
and
saw you getting panini.
She was like, huh? Is she okay? Yeah. My days.
God, the shit we've put our moms through.
I know. Shout out to our moms.
Shout out to our moms' fan support, really, truly. Because we've seen a lot and wanted to do a lot. And they have been there just to keep us safe and also kind of experience it at the same time.
The fundamental ones also couldn't have happened without them. Like literally, my mom, I couldn't drive. I couldn't pay for anything.
Too young.
She took me to all these things like just so I could experience it. But also, that girl, we would text about One Direction like 24 hours a day as well. And I would sit back and think like, if I were a kid one day, you know, that could be me too. Like my mom was just as in it as I was.
Oh, absolutely.
So fun.
Still would be if they were still kicking. And not to mention, I wanted to say this earlier and I forgot.
Go.
But the first One Direction show, only one Sab and I saw together, was the last time they performed as a full band without with before Zayn left the band.
Yeah, with Zayn.
Okay, with Zayn.
With Zayn.
All
if
right.
you guys know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah,
that was.
And I remember my mom
truly crazy.
Specifically, the tour I went to
she loves Zayn.
Before you. Oh, her favorite. The tour I went to before the one we went to, they sent me alone. Because because we happened to get the VIP tickets, which at the time were extremely.
It's hard to get more than one.
Extremely expensive.
Yeah,
and extremely expensive was $250, which is a lot, but nothing
today. Nothing today, and
it was VIP sound check, all that shit.
God,
so of course,
was that a meet and greet?
No, the 350 was meet and greet, which is hard to believe. Only 350.
I'm like, just go
to meet them.
Bit.
I know. But this was before I met you, so I had no one to go with. You know, I was like, no one's going to get it like I do. So
my parents would have paid $350 at that time. They would have.
If I only knew.
But we didn't.
I know. And so my parents were like, okay, we'll buy you the one ticket to go, $250, you know.
Yeah.
And they drop me off and they sit outside the arena the whole time in the parking lot. Valid. That's what you do. I'm like 14. So they drop me off. I'm fifth row. I do this whole experience of getting sound checked before.
The sound check is crazy. That's
Honestly,
very intimate.
I made a mixtape for it. I still have it.
You shaved your and made a mixtape.
No. I still have the mixtape that I made for Harry specifically because quit laughing. Because I chickened out because the sound check, the whole point is like basically, bitch, you know, we have the lanyard. We're backstage. Yes. They give us hors d'oeuvres backstage.
Hors d'oeuvres.
There's like 12 other like 12-year-olds back there. We're all yapping, ooh, buzzing around like so excited. And then they take us to the empty arena, sit us in the first 2 rows. Mm-hmm. The boys come out.
That is still crazy
freaking my shit. I could touch them if I wanted.
Crazy.
They do sound check. And then after sound check, they, which also so awkward from an artist point of view, doing sound check.
To do it in front of a little audience.
That are probably like, screaming out
your
time.
Biggest fans.
Literally.
Your biggest,
like, I almost passed out when I
fan.
saw them, literally. And afterwards, they do a Q&A. Yes. And I knew this because I was on One Direction Tumblr. So I made Harry.
You were prepared.
A mixtape.
You were ready.
It was the corny ass mixtape. It was called Copacetic.
Was Sweet Disposition on there?
Yep, it had to be. Sweet Disposition, the 1975 was on it. All these other songs that I thought he would like. As a 14-year-old, meanwhile, he's like 19. I'm like, I'm going to put him on to so much cool
he's
music.
like these children.
And then I wrote him a note that I put in the CD thing, and I put my Twitter handle on it. Hopefully he would follow me, right? The Q&A happens. Everyone's asking all these questions. I chicken out and I don't raise my hand and tell them, hey, I made this, my whole plan for the past month. So I still have the mixtape. It's taped closed, has never been opened.
Oh,
which honestly for the best, because I'm like, how embarrassing if he had to open this,
what if,
listen to the CD.
Honestly, you should just keep that on you, because what if one day you just running?
Just keep it on me at all times.
Just fucking keep that shit on you.
Oh my God.
And you can hand it to him.
No,
and be like, this was my teenage self.
And we'll fall in love. Have you seen those memes where it's like some girl's getting married like the next day and she's like, it's like she's posting all the like bachelorette trip photos and stuff. And then she's like, Harry, one more day just in case, you know, I'll change my mind. Like,
you're my hall pass.
God. But my parents said after that show, they sat in the parking lot. And my phone died. Of course, I'm taking videos all night. And my phone died. And I come out to a swarm of a crowd of people. And I can't find my parents. I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
They find me. I get in the car. And they were like, that was the best show ever. And I was like, what?
God.
You guys weren't there. They're like,
not the best show ever.
They're like, best song ever. We could hear everything from the parking lot.
Okay. That was my mom.
Yeah.
That was my mom.
My mom was like, even your dad was like, holy shit.
Yes.
Because they could hear us
They're
screaming.
wailing.
They could hear everything just from in the parking lot. And
they had the full band.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
It's not just backtracks.
No.
Like,
no. And they don't dance.
No.
Okay, in case you guys need to.
They are not choreographed.
No, not at all.
They do what
That's
they
why
feel.
we love them. That's why we love them.
No, that was my mom when I was like 15 or 16. And I went to see Vampire Weekend in Raleigh at the same venue that we waited at for the 1975.
Yes,
the same outdoor venue. And my mom did not have a ticket in, but was fan support, as she says. Yep. And sitting in her car, she said when they played Walcott, she was like, "Oh, that hit, that slapped." She was like, "It was great." She was like, "It, you know." She was feeling the music just from right outside in her car.
Yeah. I would kind of argue it's like not better, but still a decently good experience being outside, because then you can like you hear the roar of the whole crowd from outside. When you're in there, it's like you're in amongst it.
Yeah.
But outside,
you need those. And now I as a 28-year-old definitely have hearing damage.
Yeah.
100%.
I just got those loop earplugs recently.
100% have hearing damage from going to these fucking shows when I was a teen and never wear protection.
No,
never wore protection.
No,
didn't give a, that wasn't even on my radar.
No, God, no.
And then recently when we were at Bonnaroo, I went up to this like fancy booth and bought some really nice earplugs that will like allow you to hear the music at the same time. And like it will not be, muffled. It's going to be, you're protecting your ears, but you're also hearing what's happening.
I remember going to the One Direction show and like the first song, like, ooh, wow, sounds great. We're breaking the sound barrier, mind
And then
you.
your ears
and
blow out.
And I said, I was like, why do they sound like chipmunks? I remember saying that. Why do they sound like chipmunks? Because my ears are fucking bleeding.
because your ears are fucking blown
out.
No, literally.
And then I would took videos on my phone and my digital camera back then. That's how old we are.
Oh yeah.
And literally breaking the
Sounds
sound
different,
barrier. It's
completely.
like,
Oh
like,
yeah.
just static the whole time.
For sure.
Like that's how loud it was. And over our blood-curdling screams of a bunch of 14-year-old girls.
You never really account for the screams or the way that you're singing in the video when you're taking them.
No. Now I try to, I'm like, quiet.
No, you're like, I'm mouthing the words. I'm
You don't
taking
know-
a video. I'm mouthing them.
No. Because you're like, I can't hear myself, but the video does.
We used to take so many videos at concerts. I mean, I'm also speaking for myself personally, but I know this relates to you.
Yeah.
And now when I go to a concert or a show, maybe there's one video.
No proof.
Maybe.
No proof I was there.
Maybe there's one video because I'm there just experiencing it and feeling it. And
I'm very much more on that page, especially just because it's like that fire burnt fast and quick of like filming at concerts, you know? And now I'm like, I don't need to do it anymore. I'd rather experience.
You're like, who gives a fuck? Everyone else is filming right now. I'm going to see it from like a fucking couple people down in my row.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
Matty Healy used to do that thing during that one song, Falling For You. And he used to say like, no fucking phones.
Yes.
Everybody turn your phones off.
Turn your phones off.
And he's like, if I see you filming, I'm going to beat your ass, you know, type shit. So everyone would be like, yes, sir. And I remember being like, wow, that's so amazing and monumental. Incredible. He's like paving the way. He's changing everything. You know, progressive. Yeah. And like, what the hell? And so that was a thing. And then we went to that one show. Me and Santina went to go see Twin Peaks.
Oh,
shout out. Years ago.
God, I missed them.
Front row at the Mothlight, RIP. And the
small fucking venue.
The whole show, we're totally vibing, enjoying.
Yeah.
We wanted to film 1 second.
1 second.
1 second. We both pull our phones out.
Called us out.
The dude slaps the phones out of our hands.
Slapped them down.
We were gagged. We were gagged. Honestly, ever since then, I've been
I think I didn't even put that together, but that is the point that I stopped filming everything.
Never again. I'm like, they can see us.
Oh my God, yes. They can see the phones looking back at them
and
instead
I was like,
of the fucking faces.
I get it. It's annoying if it's up the whole time, but I was like, I haven't filmed once.
No, it was the one time.
And it wasn't like above my head. It was like very low key. I was trying to be low key and he still saw it and just smacked it right out of our hands. I'd never been more embarrassed.
No, that shit was crazy.
Oh my God.
No, that was crazy.
Well, guys.
I
think we are going to call it.
Yeah.
I feel that is the lore, TM.
Yeah. You've been caught up pretty much.
Yeah. If you have any questions, just GM. But really, that is the lore. Santina, thank you so much for being here. This was so fun. Thank you for
having me.
I'm so glad you got to do it.
Me too.
And I'm glad you guys all got to know a little bit more in depth. Not even a little bit more, all of it.
We've spent many years having drinks together and whatnot and being like, should we make a podcast?
Should we do this?
Should we do a podcast together? And so the fact that you have a solid, beautiful, enticing podcast already going that I love. I consume it.
Oh my God.
Already going, and the fact that I can be a guest on it is beautiful.
Yeah. In the beginning, I remember saying like, you could be a stand-in guest anytime.
Right. And I will be back. Don't get me wrong.
That's right.
I will be back, but this has been a great introduction.
This is more like Easter egg teaser of like a side offshoot pod of us just yapping about anything and everything. Because
that's true.
Me and Rich, we get into the deep stuff, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But me and Tina, we talking about bullshit.
He's one of our besties.
Oh, I love that guy.
I love Rich. Don't get me wrong. I love this woman right here. We all know that after this hour and something that we've been talking.
Yeah.
But Rich is so special to me.
Yeah.
Because he's so special to you.
He's another one of my soulmates.
No, literally. That's
straight up. Yeah.
And I can recognize that and not get jealous.
No, period. Healthy relationship. My God.
I feel it.
Yes.
All right.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Rich will be back next week for our regularly scheduled podcast, which we forgot to mention. We've officially decided the release date is going to be changed to Tuesdays. We were being very optimistic with Monday. Don't know what the hell we were thinking.
Tuesday's a great day.
Because we record on Tuesday and then makes sense to release on the next Tuesday, right? But we were like, we'll release it on Monday. It just gives us one less day to edit. Y'all get it. But anyway, so this will come out on Tuesdays from now on. Okay.
One day makes a big difference.
It does. It honestly, especially because like the Sunday scaries, like I'm not trying to like make big decisions on
you don't want to
Sunday.
be like working your hardest on Monday. That's bullshit.
Well, for me, it's like I'm trying to get it done Sunday night to release midnight Monday.
Exactly.
So like I can't do that.
Yeah.
But anyways, you guys know the drill. You can follow us on Instagram at Tea and Toasties Pod. Subscribe to the YouTube at Tea and Toasties. And we will talk at you next week. I was honestly... Pause. No, I was thinking... Is she gonna do it with me?
I was ready to.
I was like,
but
maybe
later
she can.
In my head,
it's talk at you next week.
Okay, let's do it
and
again.
then TTF. Okay, ready? So we will talk at you next week and TTFN. Bye bye.